everybody. Got you super zoomed in today. So today I wanted to go over my 2022 financial goals, as well as going over my sinking funds for next year. So jumping into my goals, my pretty obvious one is that I want to pay off my SoFi loan, which is our current target debt. I'm currently at 15% paid off. And I think if we stay on track with that, we should be able to obtain that goal without, killing ourselves this year. My dog's chewing on his toy, so you're going to hear that in the background, and I'm sorry. Because I can't get him to stop, unfortunately. So yeah, pay off our SoFi loan, and then we could start on our next target debt, which will be the truck. So that will be our next target debt once we pay off our SoFi loan. And then we'll take that $600 payment and apply it right to our truck payment, on top of our truck payment. So we won't even really feel that, and that will give us great traction on top of whatever extra we can throw at it. My next financial goal is invest in my children. This is something that, so my husband and I, when we had children, we had our original talk about were we going to pay for our children's college, and originally, to be blunt, our answer was no. We were not going to. It's so sad. He was crying. Originally, we were not going to pay for our children's college. The idea behind that was kind of, we needed to secure our own oxygen mask before securing others. Like when you're on an airplane, we just had a lot of debt of our own, and we couldn't fathom taking on other kids' debt. Because at that time, really the only option we saw was taking out like a Parent Plus loan, to obtain that goal. And yeah, like I just said, we couldn't really fathom taking out, any other debt. Obviously, now that we're on this journey, we're looking that maybe potentially we can help. I still don't know if this means that we can 100% pay for our kids' college. Basically, I'm just going to put some money away to college and just try my best. Is what all of that was for. Cars. So Thriving in Chaos, if you guys watch her, she has a whole binder for her children, and I find it very inspiring. And she has 3 children as well, and they're all older. But she also saves up a car fund for her children, which I found very interesting. And seeing, like, my parents never would have bought a car. My parents never would have bought a car for me. They wouldn't financially have been able to. And once again, like, I don't think anybody expects their parents to buy them a car. But also, like, we are rural. So in order for my kids to, like, get anywhere, like, there's no public transit. There's no public transit for them to take. So if they're going to college in the area, if they don't move away, like somewhere local, and they're not staying in dorms, which hopefully, they won't, to help with their college bill. They're going to have to drive there. If they're working, they're going to have to drive there. So that puts us in a pickle. And we currently have just the 2 vehicles. Now, my son is going to be driving in about 2-3 years. Really, it's like 2 years. I think driving alone in like more like 3 years. So I'm kind of hoping that we'll be having the 2 vehicles paid off in that time frame, and then he'll be getting the truck because it's an older vehicle, and then we'll be getting a new truck at that point, and then I'll have my Toyota that's fully paid off. So then we'll be back to 1 car payment, and then we'll have the truck is like a safer vehicle, but it's also a really huge vehicle, and he's a small kid, like a small 13-year-old. So I don't know, but I would feel safe with him driving it, because if he got into an accident, just all the things moms don't want to think about. This is getting way too long-winded for just my financial goals. But anyways, I think I'm going to start up a car fund. And I know that my husband would not agree with me on this, so I'm secretly starting it. And if he does it, he's when the time comes, he's 100% not against me giving this money to the kids, then whatever, we'll use it for something else, whatever. If we can't agree on it. But I think what's going to happen is we're going to be in a pickle on how we're going to get these kids everywhere, and we're going to end up having to buy something anyways. And, we're going to have it money for a junker or something. So, and if Damien is putting money away for a car, which I'll, if I'm driving him to his job, I'll hint to him about, but how much is he going to be able to put aside, really? We'll see. And then the last thing that I was thinking for my kids is the 10K. I put hands in bands because Alicia had mentioned this, that she does it for her kids, and I thought it was a really great idea. So she is saving up 10K for each one of her kids to give to them at when they graduate or at the start of their adult lives. It's just here's 10 grand and enjoy your adult life. And I thought that was really great. So I thought that I'd copy her. Thanks, Alicia. And I thought that I would start that too. I think that that's a fun little way to send my kids off. I don't know that I'll necessarily give that to them right when they graduate, because I know if I got that when I was 18, I'd totally blow it on stupid stuff. But I feel I'll give it to them, when they have some major life event, if they're gonna get married or they buy their first home, or just something like that, or whatever that might be. I don't know. I'm just going to save up a ton of money for my kids this year. Or at least I'm going to try. And then I kind of have down here how I'm going to do that. That's why they're highlighted. So with the first one, I'm going to hopefully do it with a sinking fund. With the middle one, the cars, I'm going to just try to do it with savings challenges. It's not super high priority, honestly. And then the last one, I bought the Pink's Budgets challenge. I bought the gold. She does those scratch offs. I bought the gold challenge, which will save me $2,000. I don't know that I'll complete it in the 52-week this year, but I'll just do it as I have extra cash, and we'll see how it gets me. And yeah, I've got several years to save up for that. So yeah, I've got time. All right, enough about my kids, huh? All right, so the next financial goal that we have is to start work on our property outbuilding. So our 52-week challenge that we did in 2021, originally I had started that challenge for this purpose, for working on our property outbuilding. So right now our property is raw land. It has no power. It has no water. It has no building. We have a camper up there, and that's it. It's totally off grid, which is fine for what we use it for, but it does make it hard with kids. And it does make it hard for like long stays, right? Like it's completely like camping up there. So we want to make it so that we can stay up there longer, which is going to take quite a bit. So I was meaning to use that 52-week challenge for that purpose, but then we ended up needing some of that for an enclosed trailer so that we could hog our hogs to butcher, as well as we just needed it for taking things between this property, between our house and that property. So we really had been needing an enclosed trailer for a while. So then the amount that we ended up saving with that 52-week challenge was greatly diminished. So we felt using that for debt was a better option. So now I'm going to be doing the 100 envelope challenge, that little Tara Budgets 100 envelope box that you guys saw me hack. And yeah, we'll be using the money that I saved from that for the property outbuilding. That money probably won't actually touch any of the outbuilding portion of it, because before we even get to the outbuilding, we have to fix the driveway. The driveway to the property is like this through the woods, and it's just like crushed granite, and there's no way to get like any sort of like semi back there or any sort of truck back there besides like a pickup truck. So we wouldn't even be able to get like a cement truck back there to pour a concrete slab. So we really need to work on clearing out the driveway so that it's more straight, and building it up better and flattening it out better. So that's going to be a project because the driveway is quite long. Okay, the next goal is to max out the IRA for both my husband and myself. A question for you guys. This is kind of maybe stupid, but like when you guys talk about maxing out your IRA, the $6,000, is that on top of what you've contributed for that year? Or is that like you would minus, like the $6,000 is like all encompassing that? So like the $6,000 is as much as you could add, and you would have to subtract already what you've added from like already from your employer. Do you understand what I'm trying to ask? Like what you've added through the year off your check. Hopefully my question makes sense. Or can you add an additional $6,000 on top of that? Well, anyways, I'm going to try to do that. I don't even know how. I'm really bad with retirement stuff, guys. I got to get better. And my last goal is to talk to a CPA, because obviously I need help, right? Okay, let's get into my sinking funds. So my sinking funds actually for 2022 haven't changed. I feel like these are really good amounts for us. So all of these same categories are getting the same amounts. I think the only thing I changed was Christmas, because I was contributing $84 and that was kind of obnoxious. So I just changed it to $85. I think that was the only thing that changed. And I kept all the same categories. I didn't eliminate any. I didn't change any amounts, like I said. I do have a couple additions. This is going to be very hard for me to do, to be honest, because $260 a week out of each paycheck. So that's 6 times a month I fund my sinking funds. Sometimes 7 and sometimes 8, depending on if it's a magic month for me. And then my husband gets 5 paychecks like every 3 or 4 months. So yeah, we put a lot into our sinking funds. The amount doesn't seem like a lot, but it really, it's a decent amount. And then we put $200 each week, each one of my husband's checks, so each week, into our Land Up North fund. So it's already $460 that are coming off our check going into savings before we even pay our bills. So it ends up being quite a bit. So I want to add the college fund, and I put $25 a paycheck. I don't know how feasible this will be, especially like on some of our heavier paycheck weeks, and especially in the summer when I have to pay childcare, because childcare ends up being like $400 a week if she's here 5 days. So college fund might have to go to the wayside come summer, but we'll just have to see how it goes. So that is my sinking funds. Well, these are my sinking funds that I fund every single week. Now, going to my sinking funds that I don't fund every single week, I have my ones that I have already listed. So these are like my kids' savings that I think they're just general savings. That's what I've been funding with the child tax credit, my 3 to 6 month emergency fund, which I've been funding with my YouTube savings, my plants, envelope, stockpile and household, which I should be stuffing with excess grocery money, which I haven't been. Feed and pigs, that's stuffed with pig sale money. And then I have anniversary and planner, which I have not been stuffing. I want to add the Damian Hunter Delilah car envelopes. I think I might change this savings to their college. No, the savings to their 10K savings. That's what I meant. And then I want to have a miscellaneous envelope, which actually I have the envelope, and I think you guys saw this. I think I threw it on a cash stuffing, but if you haven't, I unboxed it. Where'd I put it? Oh, here it is. Alicia made me this. This is my ocean envelope. Isn't it great? His name's Joey. Joey the dumpster fire. Look, his fire is sparkly. I love him so much. Oh, yes. Joey's gonna be up front always. Up front. All right. So that's my Joey envelope. And then my IRA Max envelopes. And then I put a graduation envelope because that's another thing that Thriving in Chaos has on her channel for her kids. She has a graduation envelope that she stuffed for like the grad parties and the grad gifts and all that. She has them like separated out, but I'm just kind of like, I just need one. I just need to start. I just need to start because it's just something that like seems so far away, but is not, because he's going to be in high school next year. Like, so yeah, I don't know. All right. So that is my sinking funds and my financial goals. I will be doing another video showing you guys what savings challenges I'm doing in the first quarter. I just have to assign them to what jobs that they're doing because I need to be more intentional with my savings challenges. And then, yeah, so tell me down below a sinking fund that you're adding for 2022. I'd love to know if you stayed this long. Please like and subscribe. Love to have you here. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.